Hello everybody and welcome back to Combat Mission. Today we're going to be playing Battle for Normandy with the new 2.0 patch upgrade thing and also the new module Market Garden. So this isn't Fortress Italy, which is the previous the game in the series that I played, but it's still this very superior, realistic, tactical wartime tactics game, not strategy. The strategy refers to kind of the grander things, like the paradox is Crusader Kings 2 and Europa Universalis tactics is more of this kind of the smaller battle. By small battle, I do mean you can get huge numbers still, hundreds if not thousands of troops. It just means you're individually kind of ordering the different things on a map. However, there's one mission here which I find to be pretty awesome. MG, so that stands for Market Garden Bridge number 7. So here we go. We're going to go in as the American forces to try and take this. German folks who are holding it. By evil German folks, I mean the poor the nasty end of an invasion. We were in the leaders were. It kind of shows on what a mass scale to the average bloke. Anyway, that's a topic for a different time. Trying to seize a bridge, and I like this. I like this purely. You're controlling a reinforced company against a simple kind of like a kind of I think about a platoon, if not more, of Germans. So it's like, you know, it's a realistic assault, which is a bit more. I don't know. It works. It means you can use the kind of the realistic tactics and they work grand. If I don't mess up. Anyways, this is all about paratroopers. The story about the paratroopers. So pause the video if you want to read it. I'm not going to. We're going to go to the mission. So the mission, there are 4 bridges that the 504th BIR have been assigned to capture. We don't need to worry about the other. We are at number 7. Shush, infantry. I like how the map is actually loaded. You just can't see it because of the black screen, so you can hear all your men being retarded. So I've actually zoomed out, and now you can't hear them anymore. Basically, we've been tasked to capture bridge number 7. So I'm in command of B Company. So that's going to be. So that's the 504th B Company, so that's a full company. We were a reinforced company, so we've got the normal 3 platoon HQ section, supporting HQ section, like 4 units of light machine gun, attached mortars. You know, we got it's full. Enemy forces. We have no idea what the enemy is going to be like, although it's just a bridge, so it's going to be kind of your normal troops guarding it, basically, unless what happens, like, you drop into Arnhem and there's a bunch of mechanized troops. But no, that's not going to be here. This is a different part of the battle. Okay, so we just need to move towards the bridge as quickly as I can, and we need to try and seize it before the garrison can either destroy the bridge or put together a proper defense. So, side, we've got specific motes. We've made an almost perfect drop, and all soldiers have been accounted for apart from 1 mortar team. That's fine because that mortar team joined and is attacking a different bridge. So we're okay. So far we've not lost a single man. Let's have a look at the battlefield. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is... Right, where is it? Alt-M. Alt-M. Oh, that looks so much better. Movie lighting makes this game look nice, whereas having that off, I don't know, it's a bit too bright and too nasty. I have turned the trees off, which are near where my camera is, so you can see the trees zooming in here. And if I fall, you'll see more trees coming in there. I mean, they're coming in, so don't worry about that. These are tree trunks and there's other bushes. It's just, it makes it easier when you're controlling your men and trying to see where they are. So this is my company right here. It's quite a lot of them out now. You know, you got your 3 platoons. So that's these guys. This is 3rd platoon, yeah, and then you got 2nd platoon and 1st platoon here, and then you've got your company C. Well, this is the kind of light machine gun support section, and then you've got your HQ elements. So that's like this guy, the HQ support group, and the bazooka team. So my general plan, if you're looking at this map, I've got quite a lot of cover coming up here. We've got some forest, although the trees are fairly spare, so you can kind of see through them. Completely open on the left, so I'm basically just going to ignore this whole side because it's just completely, unless there's an enemy there, it's just completely open. I don't want to be moving my troops through these huge open fields. My objective, and where I need to get to as quickly as possible, is this bridge right here. Now it looks to be fairly obvious that the Germans have made this their strong point. As one of my recon elements have seen the kind of the blockhouse being their main fortress. So I'm guessing they're going to have some sort of defenses lined up over here, and probably something on the other side of the bridge. This building doesn't even have any windows facing me, so it's not a very good defensive position. So I'm not too worried about that. But it does give a good some cover from anything that's there if I'm moving up from this side. And there's the kind of a sandbank here. The one thing you do need to take into account when you're playing Market Garden is that Market Garden is set in a very, very, very different sort of terrain than Normandy, because obviously it's not in Normandy anymore. We've moved a wee bit more east into the land of the orange, the color of the orange. So basically, the land is completely flat. If I zoomed in here, you can see very, very far away. So if using this kind of view, you can actually look, and then you can see all the way to the objectives from here. And that house has such a good, like, an MG set up in that house can literally see me along my entire advance. So I may end up taking some fire from that, just moving out to begin with. So we'll have to watch about that. Anyway, let's stop talking. It's probably going to be a wee bit of a long video. The mission isn't too long. We've got an hour to do it, but I don't think I'll take that long. Need to get my guys up, get them into position, and win. So I'm just going to I'm going to hunt. I'm going to put these guys in a hunt command, get them to get into that building, so we can have some eyes on this early place. They see a contact, they're going to stop and attempt to engage. So I'm just moving this first platoon up to this kind of main buildings up here. Oh, pardon me. I'm actually going to move this one up to the second level. So I want this building here. If you look at this, look at the second level of this building. It's going to have rather awesome eyes across the whole of where I'm expecting the enemy to be, apart from that bridge. So I can probably, if I get them in there, they should be able to put down some sort of supporting fire on all the enemy troops. So that would be nice. That would be really nice. I don't really want to move too far to the left. I want to keep myself strong, so anything coming from the left I can engage, but I don't want to spread my forces out over here. I want to have my main attack coming from this direction, with the support fire coming straight across line there. So my plan is to keep 3rd platoon here, along with some of the supporting assets, to really give a hell of a lot of fire. Just basically, they're gonna be firing for the whole thing. They've got lots of ammo, so I'll just keep them firing, pin whatever there is down, hopefully, while I maneuver 2nd and 1st platoon, kind of bounding in platoon bounds, or up to an engagement, a closer engagement range where they can do the final assault in. So that's the plan, but I'll probably have to change it and realize I've made some horrible mistakes along the way, but for now we can deal with it. So first things first, I'm moving these sections up to give some cover off to there. I think what I'm going to do is get these support guys, if I move them all up, try and get them up the front, because obviously this is my deployment zone here. So if I give them a move order, they're all just going to be in this, and they can move them right up to the front. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put both of these bar people here, so they can get this low wall and give some sort of cover if there happens to be any Germans in this town that I'm about to go into human. So they should be able to give some cover down. Although these guys are all on hunt, so they should, if they see anything, they should immediately start opening up. I'm actually going to get these guys to move up with this section and get them both in that building there. Ignore that. That's embarrassing. Be right back. And we're back after an embarrassing phone call. Yay, people trying to sell you things. God bless them. Right, I'm actually going to move this, the HQ element, and we're just going to move them up to about here. I think I'm going to end up having to move one of them over to the other whole tall building there to get some even more eyes that way. But all I need to do is try and establish some decent fire, and we can get them in there and try and engage. So the other things I'm going to try and worry about is having the HQ section. I think that I'm going to fill them up in this building, so let's get them up here, and we'll get them to hunt their way into the top of that building, including but I think I might actually send the the bazooka team with the assaulting platoons, just so we can get that bazooka in and use it. So there we go, they should be there. Now the reason I'm putting the HQ there is because that building's going to have eyes, so if I get my mortars set up like behind this building, he should be able to call in strikes. So let's move the mortars up there as well, so they can move up. There we go. I'll just get these guys to move up to behind this house for now. We can always move them further up later on. Now I've still got some platoons to worry about. So it's this platoon here. They all have commands, so it's the second platoon. I'm just going to give them a move order, so they just move up the street a wee bit. That's me for now. And first platoon, another move order to come up behind them. I'll give you guys a move order to get to about there. I'm not running at this point because I don't want to rush anything, in case I do end up getting some contact. But I will be trying to move up later on. It does tell me to be quick, so I think once these guys start to get into position, once I can see that this town is pretty much clear, fingers crossed it will be, I can then just kind of sprint and go through this cover a lot faster, especially once I have that base of fire laying down, so I can give give some cover to my attacking troops. I don't like this. This won't be happening again in the mission, unfortunately. With my area to begin with being pretty small, I've had to try and get my main approach down here, so as soon as they start spreading out, I will keep it that way. I don't like having this many troops all in one big line. They're all like just marching down the road. Oh dear. I think we're okay though. Right, so this position here, this house should, in theory, let's go, have a good view across. Yeah, this house is a wee bit in the way, but once I get this laid down, I'm actually going to move third platoon up. So this building here, I think that section is going to move to this house to get good eyes on. I'll move one of the sections from here into that house to get some more eyes on. So that kind of first platoon is going to be spread out around this area, so all of those buildings have fire which they can put down on the blockhouse. And then obviously the other two platoons are going to start doing some bounding up there. So it looks like we're pretty okay at this point, so that's nice. The first section is already started moving into this house, which is good. Let's get them to do it quickly actually now that we've sussed that it's clear. Yep, this platoon, let's get them. I think I'm just going to move quite a lot of these orders so they become quick orders. You guys get in there and quickly clear it. Make sure it's fast. Oh, wrong one. There we go. You know what, you can move up quickly as well. And the mortars, I'm actually going to get you to move quickly and set up behind. That's there. I want you to set up here. So there we go. That should be fine. Why are you there? I'll give them that move order to go right in front of them, so they should speed up a wee bit. There we go. You get to there and start running. We get them both set up behind here, and we'll get their mortars set up so they can start tossing some rounds down range. Right, let's get these platoons moving up then. After they get there, I'm going to have them quickly move up to about here. Cover this area. I know I'm controlling whole platoons in clicks. You're not really meant to do that. However, for now it's okay. When I've not actually gone into contact with the enemy, I know vaguely where they're going to be, and they should be. And I know I've got this area clear. And obviously I'm controlling in real time. So if I do end up contact, I can immediately pause and issue more orders. There we go. That's me starting to take some fire. I can't tell which unit is being fired at. I can't tell where the enemy are, which is very frustrating, but I just have to deal with it. Looks like this platoon has nicely set up in this house, so they should be able to start. Oh, hello, I took some fire there. Looks like the mortars, no, the mortars aren't taking fire. Where do you think you're... Oh, yeah, I moved the platoon. I have to be careful about that. If I'm moving a whole platoon, the mortars are actually part of that platoon, so they're gonna run up. That was silly. Right, where's the other platoon that's been left behind? Come on, folks. Let's get you moved up as well. I'm actually going to move you up to about to over here. I don't know why it like that's miles away from the rest of the units. No, not you. Not you. Him. No, it's the commanding element. Why is the commander? No, it's not the commander. Who is it then? Oh, it's one of these guys. No? No, it's mortars. Of course it's mortars. I'm an idiot. I did it again with the platoon command. So mortars are going to be tired. Right, so this section is part of... who? Okay, that's fine. Let's move these guys up. Get them to quickly... actually going to get them to hunt their way forward and get into that building there. And the same with these guys. I'm actually going to get them to hunt and move their way up to there. Who's this? This is the machine gun section lead. So I'm actually going to get them to hunt and get them in there as well. And now I can move up those two bar sections and I'll get them to do exactly the same. I'm going to hunt their way up to these buildings so they can start giving some decent rates of fire towards any enemies over here. So that should be fine. Imagine, actually, I think I'm going to keep one of them. The one that's going over there, I'm going to put him... You. Get rid of that. Oh, there we go. They started taking fire, so they've stopped trying to get to those positions. Okay, in which case I'm starting to take from fire there, so I'm going to quickly move these guys up so they're out of there. I've actually taken a casualty, so that's not good. So I think for now, hunting is not good because that's just going to give enemy chances to take me on. So I'm just going to quickly move my men up, like so. Where were you going? You're going there. You're not moving. Okay, so let's get you quickly to get up to there. There we are. So I should have some good fire. Now, at this point, I'm going to start going right. So I kind of know where the enemy are. So I'm just going to get this middle section to target the house itself. So these should start laying some fire down towards the blockhouse. I'm going to get these guys to target the trees, the tree lines. So we'll get them to kind of fire around there. So I'm just laying down some fire towards where those shots have been coming at me from. And then once these guys get in there, I'm going to target them against the trees and these against the buildings to the left. So that should start laying down a bunch of fire to hopefully protect some of my troops as they move up. At this point, I'm going to get the mortars to set up. There we go, let's deploy those weapons. So they should start deploying the weapons. Why are you not targeting the forest like I told you to? I want you to face that way. Face that way. So let's get you actually targeting the enemy. There we go. Target the enemy, please. Okay, so you're not going to do that. So let's actually get you. I think I'm just going to get you to engage just over there. Now I know I have the ammo to do this. It's probably a little unrealistic in terms of how it's working. I have the ammo to weigh down some decent covering fire. So I'm taking advantage of that. Kind of those shots that are coming to me. So if you look at this, you know, they've got plenty. Lots and lots and lots of ammo. So that should be okay. Anyway, time to get moving though. So this platoon here, I'm going to quickly move up to this area here. And this platoon are also going to move up to the same sort of area. And then from there we're going to start doing some bounding. These guys, let's get them to move with. Oh dear, I think I just told the mortars to move again. I need to stop doing that. Let's get them to deploy their weapons so they're ready to fire once that's done. That's good. Get away from that main street. Anything firing down there is going to open you up. That was silly. Hopefully they're not going to get taken down. I think they're okay. I think they're alright. Just look at this. Just the amount of troops just all in one place. I think they're okay. They've got some fences and trees and a bit of a low ground to cover them there. I think that was lucky more than anything else. So that covering fire should be starting to do some damage. Let's get the rest of my forces. There we go. Get them to... Come on. You can see something, surely. Looks like I'm going to have to just... Oh, there we go. Engage that kind of road there in the middle. You guys, let's get you to engage the far side. There we go. Start pinning them all down. And it looks like... Are they not deployed yet? I'm sure I told them to deploy. Deploy your weapons, you two. That's frustrating. I wanted the mortars to be firing by now. Anyway, let's get some of these guys to move up. So, okay, so it's this one, this one, this one. Okay, right, I'm just gonna have to do them individually. Alright, this section, let's get you to move up to about here. This section moving up to about there. And this section to get up to about there. Oh, be right back. Jeez, apparently the whole world wants my attention today. So, first movement by the first platoon. It looks to be okay. So we're gonna get second platoon to move up afterwards. Once first platoon's kind of made its way. Where's there's bazooka team. Let's get you to move up quickly with those sections. The only difficulty with selecting those units was purely because that building was getting in the way of some of them seeing each other. Whereas look, this HQ section can see all of his units. So it's just one of the things you need to keep an eye on. These guys have moved up fine. So what I'm gonna do is get this platoon to move up to here and then to about here, so I can give some decent cover that way, but I don't think they're going to need to, because looking at the terrain, on second thoughts, I think maybe a more direct approach might be smarter. Just getting to here. Oh no, getting to here, nothing can see it. It's just this way I think I'm worried about. This is when I'm just having to rely on that fire to keep their heads down, which is the idea of it, but whether that works is a different story. However, we can add to that. So what we're going to do is engage the most likely areas of enemy fortifications with some mortar strikes. So heavy, maximum, confirm. All I'm going to be using these mortars for is attacking the blockhouse. So once they've both run out of ammo, I can just use them as infantry if needed. But to begin with, let's get some mortar fire. So I'm actually going to get them to fire this round to be a little more like that, so hopefully if there are defences along here we cover a good amount of them. So both of them should start chucking their mortars in soon. I mean, he's not having to do it over the radio, because these mortars don't actually have radios, so that commander is literally just shouting down. So if you look at this, they're within eyesight and shouting distance of a commander, so that's fine. So you can just kind of direct them, because neither of them have radios on them, so they can't be called in that way. I think my bullets are doing okay. That platoon is moving over completely fine, so I think I might actually move this platoon up to somewhere up here. More direct route this time, so let's get these guys to do that. It's this lot. Oh dear. It's just going to be difficult to... Let's get them to move more directly across the field here. There we go. Everything's looking fine. Up you go. So these are two whole platoons that I'm moving across the fields here. Normally I wouldn't move them like this, but the mission does say to be quick, and I'm trying to be quick. We can't let them blow that bridge up. If this was a pure attack and defend mission, I'd be doing section bounding within the platoons. I'd always have someone covering, but at this point, the fire is already going down. So these guys are like, "Oh shit, we're under fire. We need to get," they're trying to suss the situation. We're trying to stop moving by the fire coming in. So I'm actually gonna just get my guys to the point where we can just quickly get an assault before they know what's going on. So they can only tell they're being fired at from miles away. So hopefully they're not going to realise that we can get there that quickly. Anyway, as some of the mortars being sent over with those radio sounds, even though it wasn't via a radio, so these guys should start trying to fiddle with their mortars, get them into range, and chuck a few rounds out. So I love the detail. I mean, for such a tiny two-man studio, for them to get this sort of detail. There you go, first mortar round out. So they're both gonna have a bit of a spotting thing where they kind of go, yep, your rounds are on target, and then they're just gonna launch through everything they have. So my men are getting pretty tired getting up to this point. If we look at this, they're tiring. They're not tired yet, but they are tiring. That was the first mortar coming in. So obviously they aren't anywhere near on target, so they're going to have to adjust that and then fire another one and then carry on from there. So these guys, I hope you're just, yeah, they're not pinned down. They're just lying down to keep out of sight, which is a good thing. I think I'm going to try and get these fellows to move up to probably this line. So I'm just going to get one platoon lined up along here to try and get any eyes on the enemy that we can, while the other one moves up to begin an assault. So let's do that. First section, let's get them to move up to about here. I'm getting them up here first because we have to move around. Actually, that won't matter. Let's get you guys to move up to about here to give some cover that way. That's more mortars coming in. That one was a bit closer. Let's get these guys to move up to about here for now. Basically, I'm just hiding them in this dip here, so they're not going to be able to get engaged by the enemy. But it does mean that if I move one section up, they're going to be able to see where the enemy are, so they can actually then move up themselves. So let's bring the furthest away section, get them into that field. I think I'm going to actually move this section here. I think I might actually leave them in here for close fire support. If I get them in here, they can fire right across there and engage targets. So let's actually have a look at that and see where they can look. Oh, here we go, some more mortars coming in close. We're now being engaged by over the house and things, which is probably not the best of scenarios. Okay, they can only engage the house, there's just no point in keeping them there. Right, so these guys have actually been shot at. So I think what we're going to have to do is just get them to move up quickly, get everyone into position in this, hidden behind this ditch as fast as they can. So let's get them to there.
Fire for effect, over.
Go, let's get you over here. Come on, off you pop. Let's get you up there quick. Get out of there, get out of range of those machine guns and whatever's firing at you. Alright, so these guys have made it up, so they should be able to start seeing where the enemy are. They haven't seen anything yet. Oh, look at that. Some mortars hitting trees and things. Look, that was right on target. So if anything's in there, they're going to start taking some real pain. So that's good. What I'm going to do with this lot is actually start moving them along so they can give some good cover. I think that sounded like a casualty, but I don't think I actually took one. We'll get these guys, the HQ set up behind them. Then the final section I'm going to get set up about here. These guys should be able to start firing towards any enemies set up, for instance, over there. So we should be able to start pinning anything down that we can see. Like, for instance, there's some trenches and things there. So it's good that those artillery rounds were coming down, because that would have been a right pain. So I'm actually getting my commander to move up to the wall here, right up to the wall. So this guy, let's get him moving up, because this is a fence that I don't think they can actually jump this fence because it's barbed wire. So I'm gonna have to move him right up there, and I'll have to use the blast command to get rid of that. So for now, I've got this kind of the assaulting section laying up here, so they should start engaging enemies. Sounds like they're being engaged. Oh, they're being engaged by some sort of rapid fire weapon. I don't think it's a machine gun. I think it's just an MP. It's one of the smaller machine pistols. However, they can still do some damage. It's not too much of a long range. I've got them engaging now, so they should be okay at doing that. Where's the rest of their section? Where are they? There's only a few of them there. And if the button's there, it's like, oh, they're here. Why are they there? Why on earth are they there? What the? That makes no sense to me. Right, so it looks like I've been able to get some decent fire on these guys. We can see them, they're pinned down. There's a machine pistol that was firing at me. So they're going to have to deal with them when I'm doing the assaults. This is difficult to get both sides of the bridge because we've got forces here that I need to take as well as enemies there. So anything crossing is going to be in danger of being fired at from both of those sides. So at this point, I'm going to quickly do that blast command. Get them to move to this side of it once they've blasted. And then once they've done that, move this platoon up to kind of line them along, probably doing one assaulting there and a couple assaulting this way, trying to get into those trenches. Not much hope of doing anything other than that. I think we're still okay for ammo over here. Probably do a wee bit of a check. Yeah, these guys are. How about you? It's definitely lower. Probably used around half, if not around half of the ammo I started off with. So I need to kind of get in there and get it done. There we go. There we go. You start engaging and taking this. There we go. So it took that guy down. Oh, there, and that was the blast. I was like, oh, please tell me there's not like artillery coming in or something. Okay, so let's quickly get these troops through. Get them lined up. They should go through this blast place instead of going to the left at this road here, which is actually going to be in cover, be within sight of the enemies. And I'm going to use this bazooka section to see if we can get all the way out there without being engaged and killed. Looks like we're going to be fine. I think I'm actually going to move this section up to the low ground here to keep things safe. And it looks like we're okay, so I'm actually going to use these sections to move up as well. Get them all behind the hill. So that building's going to cover them from any fire coming from there, but they should be able to start engaging enemies. Oh, hello. We've spotted a contact in that house. That's interesting. So that's good. So I've successfully kept the enemies' heads down, so they haven't been able to actually engage me. But I'm going to clear that target. I'm actually going to get this infantry unit to move up properly. Get up there, engage the enemies, please. That means you lot. There's 3 cowards here, just complete cowards. Oh well. Go on, do some body aid if you can. But for now, I think we're okay. I'm actually going to move. I think I'm going to move this section up to here and get them to then. From there, I'm going to get them to assault. Actually, no, I'm just going to get them to quickly move again. And get them into cover here. Get them then facing kind of this direction. Hopefully this will be okay. I'm actually going to do this assault at the same time. So let's do all these orders at the same time so we don't start getting some units pinned out. So let's get them to move. So these guys to move quickly over here and here. So they should lay down some fire. Well, this final section, I'm just going to get them to assault the middle of these trenches. They should just get straight into the middle of there. I'm just going to get the bazooka team to move, just a quick move, so they should run with the assaulting sections up to there, which is good. I'll get the HQ element of them to actually get in the middle here and face the enemy as well, so he can see what's going on from a close range, while I'm going to move the HQ element of this up to there so we can start kind of having a look at some of the enemies that are going on. So this should be okay. So this is it though. This is where it's either going to go well or go wrong. If there's, like, for instance, if there's an MG there that's been... Oh, hello. I think I may have just taken a casualty there from this side, possibly. Or maybe from up there. Yeah, so this section here that I've just got running straight across. Yeah, they're trying to get undercover. There's lots and lots of enemies. So what I'm going to try and do is get these guys to all just target these soldiers. So that's what I should try to do earlier. You target about there. You guys, I think I'm actually going to send these guys across the bridge since they're already there. Send them across the bridge. And he's going to get a couple of sections across that side, so it should do a wee bit more. They're already running. These guys, where are they going? They're not actually doing anything, so let's get them to quickly move up. No, let's not. I don't want them to assault for now. I'm going to quickly just get them to move up behind there. I think actually what I'm going to do is wait for a bit, pull them back again. I know I've taken some casualties and it's frustrating, but what I'm going to try and do is get units in position on the other side to try and fire backwards, because it looks like they've got some sort of MG set up there, so that's going to completely and utterly start doing some real damage towards my men here. Oh no, maybe not. That was some good fire back, so maybe what I can try and do is just get these guys to start laying down some fire. Get the bazookas back anyway. So that squad should just start doing something. Okay, let's give it a wee go. Because this squad's not going to be engaged from the rest of the wall. They're only going to pin those ones down. This squad unfortunately has taken some casualties. I've rushed this assault purely because I don't want them to get that bridge down. Because if they blow up the bridge, that's it. That's it. I've lost. So let's see if I can try and get them to kind of engage and kill any enemies that are left quickly. Hopefully not take too many more casualties. Come on, let's get there. No, stop running backwards. Run that way. All you need to do is run one direction. You have one order. I forgot that I sent the HQ right into the middle there. So I want you to start firing back, engaging the enemy. Obviously these guys have been very lightly hit by the mortars instead of heavily hit, so that's a worrying matter. No, what are you doing? You do realise if you run backwards you're going to take more casualties than if you'd actually done like I said. Right, let's get you off the bridge. No, not that. All the running backwards is going to give more casualties than the running forwards. Come on, let's get off the bridge. If you got off the bridge, you wouldn't take any more casualties. Let's get you off the bridge. There we go. Run, get off the bridge. There we go. Lots of running. You seem to be kind of out of the worst of the fighting here. I've only taken a couple casualties actually on the bridge. Right, now. Oh, you look like you've killed all the Germans here as well, so that's perfect. So what I'm going to try and do is get these guys to get into this sort of position. If they're all here, you can then think about engaging from... I'm going to leave these guys here because there's just not very many of them left. I'm going to take this section. I'm actually going to move them up so they can start getting an enfilade on the enemies that are here. That sounds like they're being engaged by something like over here, which is strange. Huh. You can. I want you to get up to about there. Right, so this assault isn't going as well as I wanted it to, but it's still okay. I can actually move these guys up now, apart from this section here, because I want them to give buddy aid. So I'm going to get you to quickly move up to there. Give buddy aid. Oh dear, I didn't mean to do that. Not at all. Get you guys to move up to there. And you guys to move up to there as well. Leave the commander to give buddy aid there. Move the sections up to support any sort of attack that's going to go through. And now that you're there, I can start doing this enfilade fire. So, first thing that I'm going to do is get them to quickly move up to here. And then face that way. And laying down some fire. So that's a full section. They should see infantry and just engage really nicely. Come on, get those to get their fire before they can fire back, please. Sounds like there's someone behind them, but these guys should have spotted that. There's quite a lot of enemies there, so I'm worrying about that. Anyway, I need to get this assault done before I start taking horrendous casualties. So I'm going to get you to quickly move, get into the trenches. I'm going to get these guys to do an assault on the trenches. These guys are also going to do an assault on the trenches. The commanding unit is just going to quickly move up, get to that position in the trenches. These guys, I want you to get to there and then assault. And you lot, you're mostly there already. I think I'm just going to get you to just plain old assault. Get you into about there. And can I do a sort of a Russian charge here? How are those casualties doing now? Have we got them both up? No, we haven't. Okay, so I'm going to leave the HQ element there to try and get rid of those casualties so I don't take too many. I don't like leaving these fellows on the bridge, but they're under enemy fire, so it'd be suicide to try and do that. Anyway, I want these guys to be targeting down the trench. Go on, one of you stand up so you can have a wee look. There we go. There we go. Target some of these infantry. There we go. There we go. That enfilade fire should start destroying anything down here. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. That means these guys should nicely engage anything that's down there. So I cleared the targets, but they're still going to seek out anything that's there. There we go. This is the fire rate that I was looking for. So we've got some nice assaults going on here by a brave HQ element and them, because I just gave him a run move instead of an assault move. So he's going to one's clearing the trench. I'm actually going to change the rest of the moves into full-on quick instead of assault now that we've got all that fire coming in. And if I can quickly get into these trenches, we should be able to start doing some real nice damage to the Germans that are in that, for instance, that house. If you look at this, so I'm actually going to get the rest of these guys over here to all clear their fire and then target kind of over this way. So they should all kind of stop and start doing other things, which is nice. So I've taken some casualties here, but we're going to have to just deal with that. Right, come on you guys. Trying to get their movement so I can change it to a quick. There we go, so they're all in the trench. They should, in theory now, alright, let's get you to quickly move up to this point. Getting you spread out along this trench, so they're not all in just in one place. So I think I've done pretty well and mostly won this firefight. It looks like the Germans are starting to retreat and run that way, so that's good. Let's get you guys to actually move around and take out these trenches here. There you go, let's get you to assault it. So that guy there should be taken out. Oh, that poor bloke. So there's definitely some troops there. So what I'm going to have to do is send a section in to do that final assault. So I'm going to do this one. This is a pretty big section here. So what I'm going to do is send them to assault the first floor. These guys should try and run. I mean, the amount of fire that's coming in there, that they should just bail. And if you look at this, that's like basically 2 platoons firing at that poor house. So I'm actually going to get these guys to go in as well. So let's move you in for an assault on the 2nd level. I'm going to quickly get you into the 3rd level. You guys aren't doing much, so let's move you to assault the 3rd level as well. That means that house is very much ours. Oh, it looks like I may have taken some horrible casualties here as we tried to get into there. There's lots of Germans in there. I think we may have just pushed them out. Unfortunately, that section just lost quite a lot of folks. There's this section here that's trying to run. But now that they're there, I'm actually going to quickly move them into the 1st level. So it looks like I'm pretty much completely in control of this. There's some infantry over here. However, I've got quite a lot of sections engaging them. Got these guys still in enfilade, so they're in a good position to fire. I've solidified my hold on the bridge here, so this section here is holding the east of the bridge. And I'm moving up with these sections to get some really solid holds in the enemy. So these guys, I don't think actually have a move ordnance, so I'm going to get them to move up to that kind of bridge level there. These guys, I'm actually just going to get them to run. Get that to be a quick movement, so we get enough heads in that building that we can... There we go, so the Germans are pretty much cleared out. We've lost a guy in there, but they really garrisoned this building, so it looks like we actually caught them with their trousers down, you know. They were all in that building. If they'd been spread out, it would have been much harder. So we've got another troop there. So keep firing at the enemy, please. There we go. And there's the victory screen. So, acceptable. I mean, our casualties haven't been great. Friendly casualties have been pretty bad. I lost more than I was wanting to. 16 men killed, 16 men wounded. I think it was in that last, kind of the bridge charge took the most, and then this messy assault at the end here was painful. I think it's purely, it was the speed of this. I mean, half the time it took, just because I didn't want to blow up that bridge. It was all about the bridge. If it was just a normal attack, like I said, it would have been a bit slower. Less men lost. Anyway, 22 men killed, 20 wounded, 10 men left, so that's not bad. I mean, if you have a look at these trenches here, I think there was pretty strong German presence, which we've managed to completely and utterly, yeah. I mean, pinning down this many Germans, I think we did quite nice, because if you imagine, if all of them were firing it and at an assault across here, there would have been a hell of a lot more casualties than just these guys. I noticed a lot, and I don't, you know, it's not great. I'm not fantastic at these games, but I think for being a bit of a newbie, that wasn't bad. This is a messy assault on the building, obviously, because there was just so many Germans. No, I think it was okay. And there's really not very many of them left. I mean, if this, we've kind of forced them to the inflate of the water. The rest of my company is still kind of firing at them. We forced them out of that building. These guys that were in that building, I think, have all retreated. They're just a bunch of riflemen, really. So they're not going to do any sort of damage to the troops that I've got sent against them. They've run away. So it's not too bad. I think I did pretty well. All regarding. Their morale wasn't great, though. I think I was up against some mechanized troops who would have had a much harder time of it, because they ran pretty quickly. But never mind. I hope you enjoyed that. This has been Peter. I've very much been enjoying playing this game. And I think I'm going to try and do a campaign soon. So if you want to check out that, check back and keep watching for a wee while, because my exams are going to be soon. Well, assignments. Anyway, rambling. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again next time.